myself to sleep at night, wishing that people would start calling me Fun Ryan. I feel like my wishes are falling on deaf ears. Early stages of emphysema. Uncle Ryan will take care of it. Hey, this is gonna go out. How about that, Johnny? I don't even know what that means, but I feel it applies here, even though it probably doesn't. Most likely doesn't. Welcome back to Ryan Campbell's SOUPEDTONUTS. Emphasis on the nuts. This video, I'm gonna be putting the transmission back in the old girl, the 350Z twin turbo project car. Stay tuned. You are tuned in to Ryan Campbell, Soup to Nuts. How? Your mother's a whore about dirty. You gotta dust your shoulders off. Hey, thanks for staying tuned. Much appreciated. If you haven't seen the previous video, this is kind of like a 2 of 2. I'm hoping 2 of 2 is not like 3 or 4 or something like that. But the previous video, so I got the twin turbo 350Z project build up and running, got it started. It ran okay. It needs a tune, but it ran okay. But the wheels weren't spinning. They were not going round and round. So I think I found the problem. I had to pull the transmission back out of the car, which not fun at all. And yeah, I had to take a bunch of crap apart. But I think I found the problem. Basically, the fork that the throw-out bearing kind of that pushes in and out, that the clutch slave cylinder actually pushes in and out. There's like a pivot ball behind it, and for whatever reason, the transmission on the transmission in this car is from this car. The engine and everything, a lot of the other stuff is from my other 350Z that got in an accident with, but they're both 2003s. One was an Enthusiast, and this was a Touring. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, the pivot ball seems to be different, and the forks themselves were different too. It doesn't make sense to me. I really don't know why, but I'll show you the difference. I already put the other one from the other transmission into this transmission. This transmission shifted slightly smoother, so that's why I used it. So I already put it in here, but I'll show you the 2 balls just to catch you up to speed. But actually, you should check out the other video. I will link it right there. Right there. You should check out that video because it'll get you kind of caught up to speed of what's happening. But that's the quick rundown, and now I'm ready basically to throw the trans back up into the car, and hopefully it works. I'm not going to put everything back together. At first, I'm just going to bolt it up into place, and then I'm going to manually turn the engine over with the crank pulley bolt, and then hopefully it spins the transmission. That's where I'm at now. And so if that works, then it's just, go crazy, put everything back together. First I'll show you the pivot balls, and then I'll put it back up. I'll show you, I'm probably going to do that off camera, putting it back up into place. I'm just going to put a few bolts, not all the bolts, and put it back in, just a couple of bolts to hold it in place. And then I'll rotate it, and I'll bring it back in and show you that it's up and see what happens when it rotates. Alright, pivot ball time. Pivot, 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 pivot. Here's the stock throw-out bearing. The throw-out bearing I'm using actually came with the clutch kit that I have. I have a RPS twin disc clutch in there, and it came with another pivot throw-out bearing. This is throw-out bearing. So this is like the factory stock Nissan throw-out bearing. This is the throw-out bearing fork, I guess it's called. That's where like the pivot ball sits in there. It's all nasty. I'm not going to touch it. Basically, that kind of hooks onto here, and then like the throw-out bearing kind of sits right here, and then presses against the pressure plate. And on the back side of this is you see where it's like a little rusty. That's where it actually sticks outside of the transmission. And this is kind of where the clutch slave cylinder sits, and there's a little indent on the other side that it actually pushes on it when you press the clutch into the car, you know, on the floor. But this is the pivot ball that threads into the transmission itself. And this one, you'll see. You know what? I'll put a picture up somewhere here, showing the two of them side by side, because I took a picture of them side by side so you can see the difference right next to each other. But anyway, picture. This is the one that was in the transmission, and I'll show you the other one underneath the car, and then I'm gonna turn the camera off and get this trans back up into place. So that's that guy. Oh, you know what? Yeah, you ain't gonna see it. It's behind here. Basically, this is where the pivot ball, where it is behind this metal, but you ain't gonna see it. I'm not getting mirrors out and going crazy here. But yeah, it's back there. So, this shaft is what goes through, is like the input shaft. That's what goes through the clutch and everything like that. And, you know, basically, you know, yeah. So this is the throw-up bearing. I can't really see from this angle either, but it is like slightly beefier. So yeah, that's the old girl. Sorry about that. Apologize, but hey, you know what? At least I threw that picture up there for you. I didn't actually do it yet because I'm still filming, and like I'm doing that. I'm gonna do that during editing, so I might pat myself on the back for something I haven't even done yet. That's the kind of life I'm living. So, it's time. I'm going to throw this girl, the good old tranny, that girl, back up into here. I'm sorry for the crappy angles, but that's the clutch, that's the pressure plate. All those like little fingers, that's what the throw-up bearing pushes on. So, that's like the whole clutch. This is the back of the engine. So yeah, I'm going to get that girl. That girl there, you get that girl thrown back up in there, and hopefully this goes okay. Wish me luck. Still no success, but I think I may have figured it out, and I think it was my fault. I wish I could blame somebody else, I really do, but I think it might have been me. I'm going to take this one on the chin. So I put the smaller ball in. I'll show you. Basically, I put it in with the problem I showed you, the different ball, put the trans back up and everything. I didn't get everything put back in, but I just got it mounted up, you know, a few bolts in it type of thing, just to check to see if it was working. And now I have the opposite problem where it's engaged all the time, where even if I push the clutch in, like nothing happens. I mean, the clutch doesn't, you know, disengage the transmission from the engine, and the trans just keeps spinning with the engine no matter what. So it's like the opposite problem. Before, I couldn't get the trans to spin at all. Now I can get the trans to stop spinning. Yeah. Tell me about it. So I think I figured it out, though. I'll show you right now. This is the throw-out bearing that came with the clutch, with the twin disc clutch. And it's pressed onto this sleeve, I don't know what it's called, that matches up with this fork. And as you can see, I have this is a factory. Yep, I'm doing a great job here, I know. This is the setup that came with the transmission that's actually in this car now, that this transmission was with this car. This is out of the other car that was in the accident. So, what I think I did is I mismatched which ball goes with which fork. Because you can see the forks, this goes this way. The forks are different. As you can kind of tell. They're kind of a little bit different style. See, this one's kind of hollow. This one's like a solid. I don't know why they're different, but they are, obviously. I think what I did is I mismatched them. I think that the shorter ball goes with this one, and the longer ball goes with this one. See, this one snaps in, holds pretty damn good. And this snaps and holds pretty good. But, you see it was kind of hard to get out. They're both kind of hard to get out. I put this one, the long one, into like the heavy duty fork. It pops in and out a lot easier. It kind of holds it, but it doesn't hold it as well. As you can see, the balls themselves are slightly, if we can get the focus to work. The balls themselves have a slight different design to them. So, I think that's what I did. So I did this one. It holds a lot better. Goes with this one. And this one. Drop the washer. But, goes with this one. So I think if you swap them, you'll just get one problem one way, one problem the other way. They won't work. And I'm willing to bet that if I had them matched up properly, it wouldn't matter which setup I used. Both would have worked. I think. That's my theory at this point. So I'm going to try to put, since this already has the good throw bearing on it, I'm going to try to put this back in and hope for the best. Blue Man Group. Rah! I don't know what the hell they do, but yeah, that's that. Yak! 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 So I got the dub tube done on the driver's side. Praise the Lord. Literally, I actually praise the Lord. I actually thank God, because it was not easy at all. Now I have to do the passenger side, and on the passenger side I have to get the wastegate and the dub tube. This should be fun. So I'll take you on there and show you exactly what I have to do, and then I'm going to do everything off camera, and then show you when it's done. Hopefully I'll still be alive. I might commit suicide. I'm not gonna. Hold your horses. If you have a horse, give it to me. I might need one. Might need a horse of me. So this is the driver's side. This is the dump tube that I had to get back on. This is the downpipe, the main part of the exhaust. As you can see up there. There we go, the focus. All right. That's the wastegate there, the black part, and it goes, it's not just the black part, but that's the wastegate. It's the O2 sensor right there, that guy right there, that little metal piece, straight metal piece. So I took that out to get at, it was a little bit in the way. And then you can see where the dub tube bolts into the wastegate. So, as you can see, this is all like a really tight area, and these clamps are easy to get on. Everything has to be aligned perfectly for the clamp to actually just get around. On this side, the wastegate right there goes right there. So I have that unbolted, so that has to get moved onto there, bolted onto that. And then the downpipe, which is on the ground, right here. This guy will get bolted to the wastegate. So there's two things that have to get taken care of, and it's tight, crappy situation. I already took right there is the bog was basically kind of like the threads or the nut for the O2 sensor on the passenger side. This is the downpipe, which is the main part of the exhaust. So I already took it off, got it out of the way to make a little bit more room. Hopefully that'll help me get this job done. So wish me luck. I'm gonna need it! Okie dokie, motherfuckers! Got everything put back together. It's all back. It's coming back together. I'll show you underneath and I'll show you up top, and then I'm going to give it a good old start up, and hopefully the trans works and the wheels spin. Spinny, spinny, spinny. Alright, let's go underneath. That's the trans mount here. You can see where am I? That is the drive shaft's in. That's all bolted in the back. I don't feel like crawling in the back, so live with it, deal with it. So got the exhaust all bolted up. Is the Y pipe. You see all bolted up. Got all this wiring, all that crap zip tied off. Obviously, I'm going to show you the dump tubes on. The trans is all bolted up. Got it all snug as a mug in a rug. This little guide here is a little bit of a pain to get to, but got it tightened up. So, everything's ready to go under here. I'll show you up top, ready to go. Obviously, got the intake plant back on. Got the charge pipe back on with the blow-off valve there. Got that all hooked up. So that was all taken off. The fuel pressure regulator I had to take off, so that's back on. And then there's, a few miscellaneous hoses that had to go back together. So, only thing really, which takes a minute, is put the plastics back on, but I'm going to wait to do that until I'm rolling it out of the garage, basically. Other than that, we're ready for good old startup time. Starty. And hopefully those going spinny. So I'm going to set the cameras up and all that crap. And then hopefully we have action. I'm probably going to set you up right. Let me do my little director action. Hey, this looks like a good angle. Yeah, how about that, Johnny? Hey, it looks beautiful. Rolling. Yeah, bitches! You fucking bitches! Yeah! As you can tell, I'm sad and depressed. It went pretty well. Went very well. Well, it went. So you saw this camera that I'm filming on now. I mean, you probably don't know what camera is what, but regardless. So the wheels spin. I did have my cell phone set up on the other side to see the wheels spin. I don't know if I'm going to use that footage. You probably already saw it if I did use it. And then if I decided not to use it, you didn't see it. That's how this works. So I got that. I did put the GoPro under the engine just to see, just for my own purposes, to see if there was anything dripping or any kind of weird things going on under there. I figured, what the hell? Why not? But you probably didn't see that either. I probably didn't put that in there either. Because I didn't even look. Early stages of emphysema. I'm sorry, get a little too excited. But you probably didn't see that GoPro stuff under the engine because I didn't look at the GoPro footage yet. But I did go under the car right after it installed because it's running rich as fuck. But where was it going? Okay, but I didn't see anything underneath. Visually, right after it shut off, I got under there carefully because it's hot as F. And yeah, so you probably didn't see that. But Just kind of few tiny little buttoned up things to do. I mean, besides the body kit, the whole paint of the body kit, I'm gonna see what's going on with the tuner. They're scheduled at whatever to see how I'm gonna handle things. I don't know yet, but I gotta put the plastics back on. A couple pieces of interior, the seats obviously, and I do want to bleed the brakes again. They did feel a little bit soft when I was in the car. I don't know if that has anything to do with the being of the air, the car's not rolling at all, but they felt a little soft. I think there's a tiny bit of air in this system. So I'm gonna probably bleed it. I'm gonna do all this off camera, so don't you worry. Uncle Ryan will take care of it. But and put on the strut tower bar. I gotta put that on. So just a few little button up things all off camera. The next video you see on the 350Z, hopefully, is it getting onto a trailer to go to the tuner. Hopefully. That's the next thing you see, is me going to the tuner. So, from the time of filming this video to when that happens, I don't know yet. I don't know what their schedule is. Could be a month, could be 2 months, it could be 2 weeks. I don't know. But in the meantime, after I do some of the button-up stuff, I'm probably going to, unless something else pops up in my life, I'm probably going to pull the car out of the garage and do a little bit of a remodel. Not too much of a remodel. But I'm probably going to paint the garage as best I can with all this glorious crap everywhere. It's going to be a pain to paint. But I'm going to paint the garage. I'm going to add a little bit to the workbench to make the workbench area a little bit bigger. And organize a lot of this stuff in the garage and give myself a little more space. And it'll look more visually appealing for you watching this channel. So stay tuned for that. I'll make it fun because I make everything fun. They just call me Mr. Fun. Hey, Fun Ryan. Nobody calls me that. I wish they did. I cry myself to sleep at night wishing that people would start calling me Fun Ryan. I feel like my wishes are falling on deaf ears. I don't know who my wishes are going out to, but maybe the person or whoever's in charge of the wishes, the genie, so maybe it's a genie, I don't know, is this has nothing to do with cars, I just realized, and I'm just going on a little soliloquy. And I don't even know what that means, but I feel it applies here, even though it probably doesn't. Most likely doesn't. I feel that's like a literature thing, maybe. I don't know. What are you going to do? So stay tuned. Probably the next thing you'll be seeing is probably, unless something happens with my other vehicles. Oh, by the way, I sold my daily. Nissan Murano is gone. I sold it. I made the decision to sell it, and sometime in the near future, going to be hunting for something else for the daily. But right now, I'm driving the truck as a daily. So, with that being said, stay tuned for more awesomeness. That's right, I said it. And coming soon to you, to a theater near you. They're going to start playing this shit in theaters. I guarantee it. So, with my little rambling action concluded, the conclusion of the rambling, obviously it hasn't concluded yet. That's how it rolls on this side of town. So don't forget, please like this video, damn it. And please like all my videos. Liking helps it a lot, apparently. That's what I'm told. Please like this video. I want to grow. I want to get big. And to provide you guys with tons of entertainment. Provide you with tons of Ryan fun. So please like, subscribe to, so that way, and put the notifications on so that way you know when I drop another video. And check me out on all my other socials. They're in the description below. You can DM me there as well or leave a message here too. I'd appreciate a comment. But seriously, like the damn video. Please like it. Like. And in the meantime, don't forget, drive